Today we will be looking at balancing redox reactions from the chapter Redox Reaction in grade 11. The first method I will be looking at is oxidation number method. With the question, let's do it with the question. So the question is MnO4 minus plus Br minus gives us MnO2 plus BrO3 minus. Okay, so this is the question given to us and they have given that this is in basic medium. Basic medium. Alright, hope it's clear for you. Okay, so this is the question and it is given to us that it is in basic medium. The first step that you have to do is find out all the missing oxidation numbers. So if you have checked my previous video on all the oxidation numbers needed for this chapter, it will be easier for you. So note that down first and then come to this video. Alright, so the first step that you need to do, the step number 1, is to find out all the oxidation numbers. What I mean by that is, in here, MnO4 minus, you need to find the oxidation number of Mn. So what is the oxidation number of Mn? We know the oxidation number of O as minus 2. So the oxidation number of MnO4 minus will be, we'll take this as x, the oxidation number of Mn as x. X plus, the oxidation number of O is minus 2. So minus 2, and then how many oxygens are there? 4. So minus 2 into 4, that is minus 2 into 4, which will give us x plus minus 8 is equal to, now what is this equation equal to? When you look at the whole compound, there is no power given. If there was no minus and there was a blank over here or nothing there, it will be 0. But still, since there is minus over here, this will be equal to minus 1. So if this is equal to minus 1, you take minus 8 to that side, you will get x is equal to 7. So the oxidation number of Mn is 7. Next, we'll find the oxidation number of MnO2. What is the oxidation number of MnO2? MnO2. Here we have Mn. We'll take x plus the oxidation number of O is minus 2. Minus 2. How many oxygen? 2 into 2. Which is equal to x plus minus 2 into 2, 4. So x plus minus 4 is equal to, what is the whole power? Nothing. So it will be 0. Now if you take this minus 4 to this side, it will be x is equal to 4. So the oxidation number of MnO4 Mn in MnO4 minus will be 7, and Mn and the oxidation number of Mn in MnO2 will be 4. So this is the first step. Find out Mn's oxidation number in both the sides. Next, we need to find the oxidation number of Br minus as well as BrO3 minus. To find the oxidation number of Br minus, we know that whenever an element is found alone, the oxidation number will be 0. But if you look here, there is a minus sign over here. Minus sign represents 1 electron. So the oxidation number of Br will be minus 1. Over here we have BrO3 minus. BrO3 minus tells us that we need to find the oxidation number of Br. So if we are finding the oxidation number of Br, it will be x plus minus 2 into 3. Minus 2 came from the oxidation number of oxygen as well as 3 oxygen. So minus 2 into 3 is equal to, since there is a minus sign over here, this will be equal to 1. Minus 1. Now, this will be x plus minus 2 into 3 minus 6 is equal to minus 1. So, x is equal to 5. So, this is the first step that you need to find out all the oxidation numbers of all the unknown elements in the equation. After finding all the oxidation numbers of all the unknown elements, the next step that you have to do is find out by how much electrons both the sides are decreased or increased. I meant MnO4, we rewrite the equation MnO4 plus Br minus gives us MnO2 plus BrO3 minus. The oxidation number of Mn is 7, O minus is minus 2, Br is minus 1, MnO2 Mn is 4, this is minus 2, Br is 5, this is minus 2. Okay, so these are the reactions. Now what we need to find is if it is oxidized or reduced. Look at here, how many electrons does, sorry, not electrons. What is the oxidation number of Mn? The oxidation number of Mn is 7 on the the reactant side. Whereas here on the product side, the oxidation number of Mn is 4. So we can see that there is a decrease of electrons. See, from the reactant to the product side, there is a decrease in electrons. Whenever there is a decrease in electrons, make sure that you know it is reduction reaction. So MnO4 minus the number 7 is reduced to 4. So reduction by how many electrons? 4 minus 7 minus 4? 3 electrons. And likewise, let's check for Br. Again here, the oxidation number of Br is minus 1. Over here, it is 5. So the oxidation number increases by how many electrons? 6 electrons. See, minus 1 to 5, that is 6 electrons. So oxidation takes place by how many electrons? 6 electrons. So the first step was finding all the unknown oxidation numbers. The second step is finding by how much they are oxidized or reduced, or by how many electrons they are reduced and increased. Now if you look here, Mn is reduced by 3 electrons and Br is increased by 6 electrons. So every time whenever we do balancing, we need to make sure that both the oxidation and reduction takes place with the same number of electrons. Here it is 6 and here it is 3. To make it equal, we can do 3 into 2. So if you multiply 3 electrons by 2, you see what do we multiply with 2? The electrons, that is MnO4 minus is multiplied by 2. So you need to write this as 2 MnO minus 4 minus. Where we get this 2 from? When we are multiplying it with 2. And here same way it will be 2 MnO2. Now if you check how many electrons are there in the reduction side, 6 electrons. Oxidation side, 6 electrons. So now it is equal. So that was the third step. The third step is to balance the electrons on both the sides. After all this is done, we need to balance oxygen first. How do you balance oxygen in this reaction? To balance oxygen, count how many oxygen is there in the reactant side and how many oxygen is there in the product side. So let's rewrite this equation. This is step number 4. 2 MnO4 minus. So now this is the electron balanced equation. Plus Br minus gives us 2 MnO2 plus BrO3 minus. Okay, so now this is electronically balanced. Okay, next what we have to do is count how many oxygen is there in the reactant side and how many oxygen is there in the product side. So if you count it, it will be 4 into 2, 8 oxygen in this side, and how many oxygen in this side? 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 oxygen on this side. To balance oxygen in an equation, you need to add H2O. If you need 2 oxygen in this side, then you need to add 2 H2O. If you need 3 oxygen on this side, then add 3 H2O. Now, here, how many oxygen is there on the reactant side? 8. How many is there on the product side? 7. So 8 and 7, there's a difference of 1 oxygen. So you add how many oxygen? 1 oxygen, that is H2O. Now if you look here, there are 8 oxygens on this side as well as 8 oxygen on this side. See, 2 2s are 4 oxygen, 5, 6, 7 oxygen, and then 8 oxygen. So the oxygen is balanced. Now if you check, is this reaction balanced? No, because hydrogen was added to this side. Now what we have to do? Balance hydrogen. That is the 5th step. Balance hydrogen. So we write the equation again. MnO4 minus plus Br minus. Let B. Now look, how many hydrogen was added to this side? 2. Since there were 2 hydrogens added on this side, we need to have 2 hydrogens here as well. To add hydrogen in a basic medium, you need to add OH minus. If it was acidic medium, H plus. So OH minus and H plus. Here, since this is basic medium, you need to add OH minus to the side where H2O was added. So if you need 2 hydrogens over here, you need to add 2 OH minus here and 2 H water here. So here, how many hydrogen do we need here? 2 hydrogen, right? So plus 2H2O. You get it? You need 2 hydrogen here, so you add water to this side, which will give you 2MnO2 plus BrO3 minus plus, there is already an H2O here, so H2O plus now there were 2 H2O added here, and we need to add OH minus since this is a basic medium. If it was acidic, you can just simply add hydrogen ions. Since this is basic, we add OH minus. Since there were 2 hydrogen added this side, we need to add 2 OH minus this side. So 2 OH minus. Now you check if this equation is balanced. 2 Mn on this side, 2 Mn on that side. 4, 5, 6 oxygen. No, 4 to the 8, 9, 10. 10 oxygen on this side, and over here 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 oxygen over here as well. Now you check how many Br, 1 Br, 1 Br. So the equation is balanced, but you need to simplify the equation. To simplify the equation, you can say there is 1 H2 over here and 2 H2 over here. So you can cancel it out. 1 H2O gone. The 2 can cancel. So this is the equation. This is the balanced equation of the given redox reaction. MnO4 minus plus Br minus gives MnO2 plus BrO3 minus. So when you balance this is the final equation that you need to get. There are basically 5 steps. The first step was to find out the unknown oxidation numbers of each element. The second one was to find by how many electrons they were increased or decreased. Then we needed to balance the electrons on the reactant side as well as on the product side. Then we had to balance the oxygen by adding H2O. Next step was to balance hydrogen. To balance hydrogen in an acidic medium, you have to add H plus, and in a basic medium, OH minus. Now, if you're thinking of how do you add H plus to which side, suppose this is the equation, and they told that it is an acidic medium. Acidic medium. If the equation is an acidic medium, then over here, how many hydrogens do we have on this side? 2 hydrogens. Just add H plus, 2H plus on this side, that is this reactant side plus 2H plus. If you add this, the whole equation will be balanced. So yes, comparatively, in acidic medium, it is easier for us to do. In basic medium, you need to mathematically see if it is right. So that is how you do the oxidation number method in balancing redox reaction. The next method is half reaction method, which I'll be doing in the next video. So I hope you understood how to do this and practice questions on your own. So I'll give you a practice question and find out the answer. The question for you is Cr2O72 minus plus SO32 minus gives us, or I'll just do gives us Cr3 plus SO42 minus. Once again, I'll write it down again. The question is Cr2O72 minus plus SO32 minus gives us Cr3 plus SO42 minus. So this is the equation that you need to balance it, and it is given that this equation is in acidic medium, so this is going to be easy. So if you find the answer, comment it down and tell me what you want to learn next. So thank you for watching. I hope you understood how to do oxidation number method. Half reaction method will be taken in the next video. Bye.